Today I'm building in this is not Windenburg. Today I'm building in Willow Creek. Yes. And I'm using the Sims 4 Riviera Retreat kit and the Cozy Bistro kit. And I wanted to make a build with both of these kits. So I do use items from both. So in case you pick them both up, you can download this build. And yeah, so some of my inspirations were kind of a cozy bistro, like nestled in the middle of Italy. And I'm sorry, all the Italians are cringing at my terrible recreation, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to get those cozy, homey vibes, and I named it Blooming Bistro because who doesn't love a good, is it alliteration? I might be wrong, but someone can fact check me on that. Yeah, so I was super inspired by, warm colors and reds and greens, and I wanted it to be really plant focused, kind of like a plant explosion. I don't know how else to decorate without plants, so they were very needed in this build. And while you watch me build this, I also wanted to talk about my thoughts about both of the kits and kind of just kits in general and where EA is taking them. So yeah, let me start off explaining the build. So right now it's kind of looking rusty. I eventually changed this very atrocious wallpaper and the fence. I just changed a lot of things to fit my vision more, but right now it's looking a hot mess. I will say, I'm not going to deep dive into the kits yet, but I want to say that the windows and the doors from the Cozy Bistro kit are my absolute favorite thing that The Sims has ever made. I know, large claim, but have you seen? Look at them. They're beautiful, gorgeous, full length, wood paneled, oh, my style. Love them so much. Yeah. I also wanted to talk about the fact that I couldn't get into debug for this build. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't get all my live edit items, so it really made me upset. And it's not as realistic as I usually build, but that's fine. This feels like something that's really out of my style, but I think just because I didn't use any custom content, I felt like I was discovering so many items that I've never used before. Items I don't know, I just don't use anything in this game because I have custom content for everything. It's not really necessary, but I had a great time, honestly. I need to make more content that is no CC because it's really good to push my sort of creativity and what I can build. At the beginning of this, wasn't really picturing a blooming place per se. I wasn't picturing a very heavily why can't I think? Oh my gosh. A heavily foliaged that's the only word I can think of. Heavy foliage area, but the more I was going, I was like, I should just take these plants and run with it, make it a beautiful oasis. And I also don't know if I'm gonna keep this build in my Briarwood save. I might. It's a cute restaurant to have, but it doesn't have any CC, so I feel like I'm missing. I'm not selling this build very well, am I? You don't need custom content to make good builds. Let me make that very clear. Yeah, I think this build turned out great for what I used, and I did try to limit myself to cottage living, for rent, Riviera Retreat, Cozy Bistro. I think there's a dine out because this is actually a restaurant, and base game. I think that's everything I use, but I could be wrong about that. Anyways, I finally switched to the lovely wallpaper that I'm using. I really like this brick. I think it's cottage living. It's very nice. Gives off the sort of aesthetic I was trying to do. And yeah, I'm just placing these couches that also come with Cozy Bistro. Very nice. Can you tell that I really like the Cozy Bistro kit? I don't know who asked for it, but it's definitely more usable than Riviera retreat. But yeah, I need to start making builds that aren't 2 stories high. I feel like all my builds are so tall, and I don't know how to build things that are low to the ground. But again, I guess it's a personal sort of build style. Right now it's actually looking really cute. I do not stick with this white palette, but yeah, I eventually switched to green and red because green and red are kind of like Christmassy complementary colors, but for some reason it wasn't reading Christmas to me, so I guess I succeeded in making it look less ho ho ho. But yeah, let me delve into how I feel about each kit now that we're like 5 minutes into this. Yeah, let's start with Cozy Bistro. I really like this kit. I think it has some really great items that I used to have to get through CC. Why do I say so much? Let me restart. So first, let's talk about the Cozy Bistro kit. I really like this kit. I think it has some items that are usually replaced by CC. It kind of gives me the Tuds kit by, is it Felixandre? Let me see. Tuds. No, Tuds is an actual creator. I'm dumb. Okay, I think Tuds made a kit that was very close to this, and it's like on the tip of my, it's Nectar, the Nectar set. It's so reminiscent of this, and I don't know if EA's like stalking the girls, but keep your eyes open and peeled. It feels very, very Tuds. I was looking at the Nectar, I was looking at the items. I was like, this kind of feels like something a CC creator would release. And I don't know if EA can release like higher poly items, but if a CC creator were to make this, it would be less clunky looking. I don't know who's making the items at EA. I'm really sorry, but the items are nice. They fit the style of The Sims, but I feel like they could be less blocky. I don't know what it is, but maybe that's something they can work on. Maybe get the textures updated. Maybe it's just too big of a file size. I don't know, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that it looks very CC inspired. I really like the table with the cloth on top. I think that's also really versatile, and the curtains are really sweet as well. I like them. I didn't use the tiles. I felt like they were a little gaudy, a little too extra for what I wanted, but you know, in the end I just use a hardwood and it kind of works itself out. Yeah, what else can I say about this kit? It's a bistro kit. You make a bistro with it. I'm not sure what you do with it in base game. Does base game have cafes? I don't think so. I don't think base game has cafes. Maybe that should come in like a patch update or something, where they allow you to make cafes. I feel like this is a basic thing. But yeah, also the paintings, I like them, but I felt like the trim could be thicker. They don't have enough presence for me, so I don't end up using them a lot in this build. I do put a 2 around, but that's about it. And yeah, if I were telling you to purchase this kit, buy this kit if you have dine out and you really want a cozy bistro. Like, you really want cozy bistro vibes. If you are on PC and you don't mind downloading mods, maybe just download some custom content, because I'm like 99% sure that there's custom content that looks exactly like this, and if not better than this. This is good for console players. I guess they get access to items that they wouldn't have because they can't get CC, but other than that, why would you get this? I mean, I have it, but I don't know, I wanted to be like on top of things because I'm trying to be a creator or whatever, but I don't see why you would get this if you're if you're not trying to create for other people. Like, what? And you're on PC. I don't know. I feel like just get mods, but this is besides the point. Let's move on to Riviera Retreat. I don't know. I didn't find the items that useful because I'm making a bistro and I'm trying to include all of them. But I do like this pergola. This pergola is going to be in like every build I make. It's going to be inescapable, indisputable, undefensible. It's going to be everywhere because this thing is gorgeous. Because I am like a super avid builder, I build a lot for myself. I'm going to be indulging in this pergola. But is it a pergola or a bond? I don't know. It's a thing that covers your head. Yeah, I'm gonna be using it a lot. The other items, I tried to use this arch, but I couldn't find anywhere to put it. I feel like somebody else who's not me could work that out in a way that makes a little bit more sense with this kind of build. The arch is nice, but I'm not like jumping for joy that we have a new arch. Like, you know what I mean? It's an arch. It does its job. These rocks, something irks me about these rocks. They're just big and clunky. I don't see myself using them outside of making the thing that they make, like that waterfall structure. But yeah, the stucco is very nice. This wallpaper with the stone pieces in them, I think that's good. The floaty is cute with the pillow. Yeah, it just, for $6.99, I'm Canadian, so $6.99 is a lot for not a lot of items. Like, I wouldn't recommend Riviera Retreat. I think it's redundant, and I think it's kind of pointless. Like, maybe if you only have base game, but a lot of furniture can be just used to put on a poolside anyway. You don't need like specific poolside furniture, and this sort of style is kind of weird. Like, what in The Sims looks like, or the Riviera Retreat? Maybe in Oasis Springs or Tortosa. I don't know where'd you put this? Windenburg? I don't know. I like the tray with the lemon. That's cute. The lemon tray is one of my faves. I did put that in this build. I assume you can get good use out of it in a restaurant. I'm not too sure, but it looks nice. What else can I say? It's a kit. I don't want any more kits. I would like an expansion pack. I'm glad we're getting one because I'm getting really sick and tired of these kits. EA, please give us something full-bodied that I can sink my teeth into, because I got the items, I made a build. Now what? The game's still broken. Like, please. I know we're making efforts, we're making strides, and I'm proud of you, but please keep it going. And no more kits. Give us something more. Where are the game packs? Anyway, I'm gonna go on a tangent. Riviera Retreat is a no. Cozy Bistro kit is a yes. If you get Riviera Retreat kit, if you must get it, you can get it for the pergola. I would get it for the pergola. I got it for the pergola. Buy the pergola. I like the pergola. I feel like a lot of builders will be using this pergola. So even if you don't build and you download builds from the gallery, this thing is going to be vital to your existence. So yeah. Yeah, that concludes my review on both these kits. Let me know what you think about these kits in the comments down below. And now I'm gonna go back to the build and talking about my inspirations and whatnot. So right now it's looking very white and red, and honestly it looks very cute like this, but it doesn't stay like this. No, it does not. I wanted to again lean into more of the blooming, flowery, blossomy aspects of this, and I end up putting a lot of plants. Like, it gets really jungly, but I think it's nice. I think it's boutique. Yes, as the French would the French would say. No, they would not say that. These what's this called? I don't know. The thing with the glass and the tray and the menu, that's cute. I like her. She's nice. I feel like the Cozy Bistro kit was intended for a cafe. Am I not wrong? Like, it comes with an espresso machine. So what are the base game girls gonna do with it? I just don't get it. And these tables, these booths, these booth seats confuse the living hell out of me. I spent like 10 minutes trying to snap tables that don't snap to this thing. I got like 3 tile tables and it doesn't snap to 3 tiles, but there's 3 chairs, so why doesn't it snap? It doesn't make sense. It's only 2 tiles, and I don't know if the regular dine out booth is like that. Yeah, here you can see me like you fiddling with the booths, and I don't think the dine out booth looks very nice with this at all. So I'm like, why? What is this? I was very confused, but I eventually figure it out. And yeah, this bar, the bar back is nice. I like that it's 2 separate pieces. I said my review is done, but here I am still yapping. It's 2 separate pieces, so you get like the big chunky piece in the middle, and then you get 2 smaller things to flank the books. Flank the books? What? You get 2 smaller pieces to flank the centerpiece, and it's very nice. I like that it's modular. I will be using that a lot. Yeah, back to this table situation, because you can see me fiddling again. Like, I was very confused. I simply don't build enough restaurants, so I guess I wasn't experienced in the way of the booth. Yeah, the layout is coming together nicely. A lot of the times when I'm making layouts, it's just sort of eyeball it. Sometimes I use actual buildings and take inspiration from their layouts. And I did for this, but I didn't like follow a floor plan because it honestly just wasn't necessary. It was big enough of a space for me to not have to be smart with it, if that makes sense. Yeah. I haven't made a build where the second floor is empty, and maybe I should try that. It would save me a lot of time. This build took me around 4 hours, which is insane. I didn't even think I was taking that long doing my builds until I filmed myself doing it, and now I know that it takes me let me not swear. It takes me forever. So yeah, I hope somebody gets use out of this. I have recently made a Patreon. I know there's nobody here. I got 2 subscribers yesterday. Hello, 2 subscribers if you made it this far. Thank you for watching. But yeah, I know nobody's here. I'm talking to the void. I'm talking to myself. But I have made a Patreon. So if you do want to pick up this build, it is free on my Patreon, obviously. And just click the link below and you can get it. Yeah, I am hopping around with topics so much. I was watching a YouTuber, Jessica Pie, her name. I think that's her name. She does speed builds, really amazing builder. And she talks for the entire video. Like, I was scrolling through a couple days ago and I was like, does she really talk the whole time? That's really impressive because I'm running out of things to say and we're only 17 minutes into this. Like, I guess I just talk about whatever. I just keep talking and you keep watching. Anyways, the Cozy Bistro kit comes with a shelf. I didn't touch that shelf. I didn't touch it. I don't even know what it looks like, to be quite honest with you. The game just has a lot of shelves. Like, a lot. Every pack must come with a shelf. I don't know why, but EA's obsession with shelves. This mirror is cute, though. I like the Cozy Bistro mirror. It's a little bulky, but like all EA things, it's a little bulky and clunky, so it's something I expected. I think the swatches on the Cozy Bistro kit chairs, the ones that are like have like lattice in the middle, and you know, there's only one chair. Why am I describing it? The ones that are in the Cozy Bistro kit, they come with some really amazing metal like garden swatches, and it's very reminiscent of some item in The Sims 3. I forgot what it's called, but I remember using that item, and it's very lovely. I love these chairs. They're gonna be everywhere. And yeah, also the table comes in a very beautiful rusted stand, and it's lovely. I like it. Also, excuse me, the awning for one of these builds, the Cozy Bistro kit, is very, very nice. Very good swatches. I don't know who they've hired over there, but the swatches are getting so much better. We've got a black, we've got a white, we've got nice patterns, we've got a neutral pattern, we've got colorful patterns. Like, oh, somebody in EA has stepped up their game with the swatches, and me, I appreciate it, because making this whole place green made me very happy. I was really enjoying myself. I felt like I was building something designed by an actual like designer. It felt whole. Okay, a lot of The Sims 4 things that you can buy, like kits and stuff packs and bundles, they don't feel very focused. Like Party Essentials doesn't feel very cohesive. Like they had an idea. They just knew they wanted to make a party kit, and then they made a party kit. I'm sorry, EA, but it does not feel cohesive in the slightest. I still haven't used that kit, but maybe one day I'll get to it. Modern Luxe, I also use the curtains in Modern Luxe. I love the Modern Luxe curtains. Chef's kiss, gorgeous, absolutely amazing. Castle Estate, not just going through all the kits, I'm just trying to give an example of the cohesion. Castle Estate feels cohesive, but it's not complete. This kit feels complete. Cozy Bistro is actually good. If you had to buy a kit and like I were giving you a list, Cozy Bistro would be like number 3. It's good. It's a good kit. But there's a lot of these, so you know, they're not holding back on these for sure. Riviera Retreat is very specific. I honestly don't know why you would buy this. I'm repeating myself, but it's just so hard for me to understand why anyone would want this build. This build stuff. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, moving on to the build. It's coming together. It's looking very nice. I like where it's headed, where it's going. Right now, it's very homey. There's not a lot of modern decor. I really wanted to stick to a sort of cottagecore feel once I got the idea of what I was doing with it. These gold accents were also a really good way to make the green look less in your face and like you were getting punched in the face with like a green explosion. It was a lot. I'll admit it was a freaking lot of green, but who doesn't love green? If you don't like green, I don't know where you've been, but it's been a very popular color in a lot of things like decor and clothes for a pretty long time. But yeah, here I am using this cottage living table. This cottage living is a very good mixture with this sort of vibes of this kit. If you don't own cottage living and you're debating to get Cozy Bistro, but you have the money for more, add cottage living to the kit, because the way these items meld together is good. It's good. I don't know if EA did this on purpose. Probably not, knowing them. But it's a good mix and match of items. This back there with the pergola, I know we're not there yet, but it really gave me a headache to fit vines on top of that thing. It was quite a disaster. But here I am just adding some string leaves with tulle. You know, tulle's a lifesaver. It makes things much easier. A lot of the things I'm doing right now, you would not be able to do without it. So all hail Twisted Maxi. Like, thank you, modding community. Yeah. I'm adding some of those trays I was talking about earlier. They just really give the build a nice realistic touch. And again, this isn't my most realistic build, like, but you know, it's cute for what it is, and I'm proud of what I did without CC. I'll be honest, CC carries a lot of my builds. So, you know, doing this without CC made me feel proud of myself and good. So I might do some more. I was adding these rugs to give like some dimension, and I think it turns out looking really nice. I do not like this orange swatch. It doesn't work in here. It's not great. These two carpets, just to like, you know, in my last video I talked about spreading the color to these the floor was important to me, so these rugs allowed me to do that. Here I'm moving on to adding some paintings. Those paintings with those two guys is really cute. I really like that one. And yeah, I'm just scattering paintings around. A lot of the times with my builds I'll forget to put things on the wall, and I forget that, you know, some people play with all the walls up, so I know the builds are looking a little crazy. But this build, it was for you guys, okay? I'm sharing this. I had to like put my back into it, so I am making sure every surface is decorated accordingly. I also added those rewards because I thought they were really cute. Like maybe the owner of the bistro won some awards, and you know, they put them on the wall. Very kitschy, very, you know, country bistro. But this is an upscale establishment, okay? Look at how beautiful it is. Don't be mistaken by the little country bumpkin rewards on the top. Come in your best dressed outfit. Okay, I'm just rambling. These jazz photos are very nice. I love them. I don't know what they're for, honestly. Maybe a lounge. But yeah, I was debating adding some scuff to this build, but I eventually don't. I just do some teared wall stuff. I want it to feel like it's been here for a while, okay? The owners have owned this establishment for a good chunk of time. I was thinking like an elderly couple and like their hip daughter owns this place. Hip? Who am I? I promise I am not like 50 years old. I don't know why I just said hip. I am 20. But anyways, I was envisioning an elderly couple and their daughter who run this place, and she's like really taken it and elevated it to make it next level. She's like, Mom, Dad, listen, I love what you guys are doing here, but it's not upscale. It's not what we need. It's not, you know, it needs to be an attraction for people to want to stay. And I feel like she renovated it to look like this. It wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be expensive. Like plants they're not cheap per se, but you know, they're cheaper than breaking down the entire place and replacing it with a new building. So she kept the rustic elements and added some touches of modernism with the flowers and the, you know, the blooming and all that jazz. But here I am trying to add ivy into this pergola. An absolute nightmare. But I eventually got it down. I just wanted it to feel a little more romantic out there. I was looking for the Crystal Creations ring in this section, and I couldn't find it. I wanted to put a ring on the table. Can you imagine how cute that would be? But I couldn't find it because my debug isn't organized, and I couldn't be bothered to exit out the game. But that's what I headed back there to be, like a little cozy propose to your partner spot. EA romance pack, please. On table proposes. I literally built this place for an on table proposal. Like, this place is perfect for your Sims to whip out that ring from that cake and propose. Like, it's something. Anyway, I just want to talk about the EA room system. It's driving me nuts. I don't know why I was so frustrated by this. You're seeing me fiddling with it right now, but I eventually got it down by just sticking a bunch of rooms together. But boy, that was a headache. This little column on the right here was very important to me to make it completely see-through, like you can see all the way. I eventually got it down. It looks nice enough. Here I am covering up the glitches that are, you know, popping out from the things that I placed underneath. And yeah, the little host station and the little waitress station. I eventually decided that it's going to be a restaurant because I was seeing a lot of discourse that a bistro is like a place that sells food and not just a cafe. So I was going with that. This kitchen reminds me so bad of the Beef, like, TV show. If you guys have seen that, like, who hasn't seen that? But anyways, it reminds me so bad of that. In my head, I was like, oh, I could just imagine them swearing up and down in French in here. Like, I don't know what French chefs say, but I'd give you an example, but I simply don't know enough French to not embarrass myself on on film. Yeah, here I'm just decorating it a little bit. I don't go crazy in here. It's where the chefs cook. Like, it doesn't need to look immaculate. It really doesn't need to be that big of a thing. These string lights go in like every build that I make. They're just so good. How could I not add these string lights to this place? I don't know how I can. Yeah, I'm just adding the wallpaper up here to bring cohesion and make the place feel nice. You know, I don't know how I feel about the outside of this build, to be honest with you. I was really struggling, but I think it looks good enough. It's a pretty build on the inside. I'm still working on my outdoor building skills, but eventually I'll be in a place where I'm super happy with it. Yeah, I'm just adding the little, you know, the entrance to the places where the chefs cook. Yeah, this is where I go a little bit crazy with the dine out stuff. I'm just feeling it, feeling the dine out love. This chair is actually pretty cute. I'm kind of sad that I didn't keep it in there. I eventually replace it with the couch from, what is it called? The horse pack? I have no idea what it's called. For ranch? For ranch? I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, here I'm just adding a little seating area. I feel like this would be cute if you don't want to hang out in the main place downstairs with all the, you know, busy bodies and busy bees eating their food and having lunch. But like, up here would be a nice private spot, especially while you're waiting for the bathrooms, because there's only 3 stalls in there and about 45 tables in this entire bit. So good luck going to the bathroom. For your dine out spaces to work better, I recommend downloading Carl's Dine Out Reloaded. I do not play restaurants without that mod installed or fixed. I actually don't know if it's updated for the current patch, but because I am a rebel and I do not care that much, as long as it's functioning in my game, I don't care if it's, you know, out of date. I still have Control Any Sim, and that mod is like 4 years out of date. But anyways, yeah, I recommend that. Don't play this without that mod installed. You will go insane. If you do play this without that mod installed, you're a brave soul, and I admire your tenacity. But yeah, here I am replacing the fireplace with a semi-custom built one. I just add some mirrors on top because, you know, I think it makes the space look nice. I don't know why it is, but I always just want to build at nighttime. It's just so cozy and lovely in here. It just feels so nice and, I don't know, aesthetic. It's much better at night than it is during the day. So please come at night. Don't come at the day if you do this. I think these planter boxes are from Romantic Garden. Romantic Garden is a good build if you are a girly who's into plants. Very big and beautiful ornate plants. I think it's good for people who play like decades challenges and a more historical or more bougie, like a celebrity or I don't know, a florist. I really want to build a florist shop. I feel like this game has a lot of good plants. The plants are good. I don't really feel like I need a lot of CC for those. So yeah, that's a good thing. I do eventually add a cute little speaker to this table. I feel like you can listen to some, take a shot every time I say I feel like you listen to some music and just have a good time here. I wanted to add these pillows, but you know, that's a little too homey for a lot that's not your house. So yeah, these bookshelves are really nice. I actually wanted to use the Crystal Creations one because it has a little ladder and I was really liking that, but I eventually replaced it because it wasn't the right tone. I am very weird with my tones. I just want all the tones in the build to match, and if they don't, it drives me insane. Like, why exactly do we have so many brown tones? Like, seriously, we can't just like pick a swatch and stick to it and give us a light wash, a dark wash, a basic wash, a neutral wash, I mean, and that's it. Like, why do we have to get so extravagant with all the different types of browns? Because now my builds are not cohesive, but it's whatever. This bathroom actually turns out to be one of my favorite parts of this build. I'll be honest with you. It was really nice to make, and it felt like it brought this upper floor together. I don't know. It's just a really cute bathroom. And yeah, I'm just fixing up the windows, adding some more columns to make it feel nice and like it has a presence. Here I go again with cottage living, using this cute little hallway table. And I don't add much clutter in this build. I kind of wanted to just focus on the fundamentals of making a space feel nice without having to clutter up the whole space and make it a mess, really. I have a thing where just putting a bunch of stuff on the floor and praying that it looks nice, but with this one I really wanted to take my time and build something nice for you guys. That doesn't mean that I'm always rushing and all my builds are rushed and, you know, not appropriate looking, but yeah, this one feels personal to me. I don't know, it's my first speed build on this channel and I really wanted to do a good job, do justice. So right now I'm just decorating the chef's kitchen. Yeah, I don't do too much. I just, you know, add some clutter around to make it seem busy, and the coat rack and the board and, you know, just a couple of details. Oh, I eventually pull out this base game actually fountain, and it's really cute. I like it. It adds some movement to the outside, which it desperately needed some movement there. And yeah, I'm just completing the outside, adding some bobs to make it, you know, more blooming, because this is the blooming bistro. I feel like I should have used some more of that blooming kit to really solidify the fact that I'm calling this a blooming bistro, but whatever. You don't need the blooming kit to use this. At least I don't believe you. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, oh yeah, we're moving on to the bathroom. Love these sinks. I didn't even know they were base game. They match this counter so beautifully. And this bathroom stall on the right is very weirdly shaped, but you know, as long as you get your business done in there, I don't see the problem. Oh, I also see a lot of the, what is it called? Horse ranch? What a name, EA. Horse ranch in this build, because it's just so good for rustic vibes. It gives you a lot of options for rusted woods and, you know, lived in couches and carpets and posters. It's very nice. I would recommend. But yeah, hopefully this build is limited to enough packs that it doesn't feel like you can't download this. I didn't want to use too many. I know a lot of simmers have a lot of packs, but I wanted to make sure that whoever it is, whoever you are, you can get your hands on this pack. I also do not upload my builds to the gallery. Maybe I should, but I'd rather just link the trade files. It's a little bit easier that way. So easier for my own records. So yeah, if I'm still just talking to the void. So if somebody does want this uploaded to the gallery, I will definitely upload it. But as for right now, it's staying off the gallery and on my Patreon. Yeah, I'm almost wrapping up the build. I'm just adding some final touches here and there to make it feel like it's an actual place. You know, these macrame, what are these? Are they from Nifty Knitting? I don't know. Hanging plants are nice. And yeah, I eventually add one of those awnings on top of, yeah, there it goes. An awning on the inside. I've been seeing this a lot on Pinterest, and I thought it was really cute, so I added it. It's sort of like an element of bringing the outside in. I know I have a lot of plants, and that's kind of what plants are for, but I really like this awning on the inside. And I've done it in another build in my farfalle restaurant in Briarwood Apartments, but I've done it here again because it's timeless, it's classic. And yeah, I'm pretty much wrapping up and moving on to the beauty shots. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you download the build, how you feel about it, and yeah, bye bye. I'm Pixia.